unbelievable speed going up and down the avenue. Now, before we had the new paving, you could hear them going up and down the avenue all night long. Now, we just hear them when they're squealing around out there. And you can look at the new blacktop any place, and you already see they're doing wheelies. I happened to look out the window, the front windows, when I went by this afternoon, and here was this kid on a motorcycle doing wheelies up the street.
Okay.
Buses too.
And the buses can go anywhere between 40 and 60 miles an hour because they go down to the point and they turn around and they come back just as fast. So it's not only the kids, it's everybody. They have uncontrolled access to a 1.5-mile strip. It's just like the Indy 500 out here. So we're beginning to call it the Garretson Strip. It's a speedway, and unless you get plain clothes down here and start stopping these people, they're not going to stop.
Give more crosses on the avenue, right?
Yeah, exactly. How many crosses do we need? How many little memorials do we need before we're going to get lights and crosswalks? I used to have 2 dogs that I couldn't even get across the street. And my neighbors would be running me over.
That's through DOT. I mean, we've had our radar out here.
We went through that with them, and they won't do anything for us.
That's unfortunately out of our hands. I mean, we can make official recommendations, about stoplights and street markings, but the final say goes with DOT.
And we also know that this district, you guys are really strapped for patrol cars and people riding around. I know that, but these kids and the adults, unfortunately, are getting away with illegal activity, and they don't stop. And they do all kinds of hand motions when you ask them to slow down. So
why couldn't we have lights going down? There was one down here at the beginning of the week. No, he was down here.
Probably at 20 miles an hour.
Where they're unloading the Lois Avenue, they're constantly unloading the 4-wheelers off the backs of trucks on Lois Avenue.
Just do me a favor. If you see that, please definitely call either
They
311 or
license plates
911.
on the truck, so you can't see a license plate.
It doesn't matter. All you say, you know what? There's 2 male whites with a green pickup truck, and they're unloading quads at Lois and Garretson Avenue.
And then all you got to do is wait for them to come back to that location. You're gonna get.
But I mean, in reality, the weeds. I'm not saying. It's a cat and mouse game that we play with these kids, all right? I think I've spoken about it before. I mean, these streets are narrow. Especially a lot of these kids are juveniles. I mean, we don't want to chase these kids either, where they're going to injure themselves fleeing us. We do catch them. I know we don't catch as many as people would want.
But the cars that
but
are
if you're seeing,
I'm
sorry.
The cars that are dropping them off aren't
No. And I mean, we've caught people with trailers from other parts of Brooklyn, from Queens, coming down here. Everyone know, this is the place to go. Those weeds are so, once you're in there, I mean, especially in the summer with the, with the weeds, basically. It's very, it's a big area back there. I mean, we're not going to be able to, send officers to wait on Garretson Avenue for 3 or 4 hours for these guys to come out.
But even if I remember one day going down and the cop car was like on Devon or something on Side Street, and that day I had to make a few errands, and he kept getting people all day long because I started pulling people over.
Okay.
So that happened a little bit more.
I would definitely.
Every morning when I go to work in Manhattan Beach, there's a cop car, gets every car that goes by with a person without a seatbelt on, whoever goes through the yellow light, they grab them, they sit there and they get hit after hit. Well, we can't do something like that once in a while. Not all the time, once in a while.
We have summons officers, and we do move them around different areas like this. I'm going to go back. I'll let the captain know. I'll let the highway safety sergeant know. All right. We've even reached out to the highway police that cover the the Belt Parkway. They've helped us out because they have more officers that are radar trained. We've had them on Garretson Avenue before, especially now the motorcycles will be out more with the warmer weather. We'll see if we can get them down here again to help us out. All right.
How's our individual officer doing?
Officer Lorca, that was last year.
Yeah,
the captain had. I'm sorry?
Yeah, it was last year. I was just wondering how he's doing.
He was injured in an accident and he was never replaced yet. All right. There's no steady beat officer right now.
No.
On Garretson Beach. Okay.
So because he got injured, we got screwed.
Well, he hasn't been replaced, all right? There are, you know, we're doing it all right as far as manpower. We're not at the same levels we were probably 2 or 3 years ago, all right? And-
But he was only assigned last year, not 2 or 3 years ago.
Right, right.
I'm being tough on you tonight, sorry.
There's no beat officer assigned here now, I'd have to speak to the captain. Come to the council meeting on May 13th, and the captain will be
You
there.
know what, I was on the
All right?
precinct council, and you know what, it's not worth my
All
time.
right, well, I'm
Sorry.
personally inviting you back if you want to come, okay?
Alright, I'll bring it up. I attended the last meeting, you know, and we had some other people there. Terry Salvo attended that meeting. The next meeting will be 63rd Precinct, and we're going to start making all of these meetings, and we'll start to get more bodies attending these meetings. We're going to make Gerritsen Beach known that we want what every other neighborhood gets. Not, but it depends on what they get. But we, Sergeant Doyle and they come and do this job every meeting, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.